good morning and welcome to Arizona. Welcome to the Rick Helps Real Estate Show. Hope everybody had a good night's sleep and didn't have any nightmares after yesterday's episode talking about scorpions and snakes. I would feel bad if I kept anybody up. I didn't. So I did get a question from one of our viewers. How big are the, I got to shoot this off for a second. How big are scorpions? Well, they're less than an inch long. Are they fast? About the same speed as cockroaches? They're very fast. They can go from here to there in a nanosecond. I mean, they jump. Like boom, boom. When you try to catch them, I didn't try to catch them. When you try to kill them, you got to be fast. I used shoes. It just bam, hit them. So enough about scorpions. All right, so we're going to talk about the market a little bit today. We're going to dive in. We're going to take a look at interest rates. They don't teach us in real estate school how to be economists. So your average real estate agent, in school, they teach us the contract and they teach us the rules, basically educate us on how to keep from getting sued and how to keep you from being sued. But they really never go in and say, here's the data you should look at. Here's how you can spot trends. You have to figure that out on your own. So we have an industry of a whole bunch of people, including me when I just got started, that rely on getting that from other people. So the most populated meeting that you can see in real estate is A, how to get leads so you can find people that want to buy and sell, and then B, tell me where the market's headed. You could fill a conference room with real estate agents just starving for information to figure out where the market's headed, because a lot of us really don't know where to look. So I'm skeptical of what I call inside the industry information. Not that I think it's bad, but I think if I'm in a furniture store and I work for a large chain furniture store, they're always going to tell me that furniture sales are looking good next year and they're going to be great, and they probably really aren't. I know I was in the bread business, director of sales, and we had that big crash here in 2008 came along, and I had a vice president that he always wanted to be the eternal optimist. And we're supposed to turn in our forecast for the next year. And we sold, I worked for Oro Eat, Entenmann's, Bimbo Bakeries out of Mexico. So we sold a lot of Hispanic products. And I projected that we would have a year where we'd be down about 14%. Oh, he practically fired me. He said, you can't do that. We can't submit a number. It's going to be down. And I said, well, look, the economy's getting hammered and the landscaping trucks are disappearing and the hairdressers losing their jobs and people are leaving town, and there's no way we're going to sell more product. And he made me turn in a forecast of like a 5% increase. And we ended up finishing down 18%. That was inside the industry knowledge saying that, no, we have to say that this industry is going to be good. So in real estate, we tend to say, oh, buy now, sell now, it's going to be great, when really the only number that affects our sales are supply and demand. But that's here. So in other words, real estate operates in this little circle, this little bubble, but there are greater economic forces that control supply and demand. That's why next week, and it's going to be Tuesday, I'm bringing on Sam DeGreen from DeGreen Wealth Management. And he's a brilliant young man. Him and his father, they have a radio show on Saturday. That's an outside the industry look of what's going on in the economy. Now, Pat, my lender that I meet with on Friday, he has a degree in economics, but he's inside the industry. So he lives it and breathes it every day. I want to talk to somebody that doesn't know how to sell real estate, doesn't have any skin in the game. So I like to look. So today we're going to take a look at what other people are saying, where they think rates are going, where inventory's headed, and what the trends are. And you and I figure this out together. And you know why? Because I want you to be a hit at all the cocktail parties. So that's important, right? So let's take a look at what we're seeing here. And I'm going to throw us on over to our MLS. We have 4,224 homes on the market. Tuesday is always the lowest number, sometimes Wednesday. We're hovering a little bit above that 4,000 mark. It's not significant. When I track my 7-day moving average here, there's a glimmers of hope around here. You've heard me say many times when the blue line gets above the yellow line, that simply means that we've got more homes being listed than are under contract. So you can see that we have consistently been hanging around there. So, and according to the Cromford report, we're losing about 7% of buyer activity every week now. That's pretty significant. But the Cromford index hasn't changed enough for anybody to come out and say, well, here we go. We're going to be normal by summer. We might. We don't know. I don't like this market. It used to be in January that you would bid on an average $5,000 above the asking price and probably get the contract. March kind of hung in there around the same thing. Everybody thought the wheels were falling off in March. And then April, now you got to put $10,000 above the asking price. And now here we are in a year later, you got to put $20,000 down. So it's tough out there. It's very, very tough. But here's some of the, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Here's our chart of accepted contracts. You can see that here's April. This is after the wheels fell off. Remember in March, it looked like real estate was going to die. Everybody had to stay home. And so it did. Contracts dipped down here. Here we are here at 2301. You can see it's kind of coming down a little bit, but it's coming down because we can't find anything. Median days on market here, kind of stating the obvious again, 6 days. Here's the price, up, 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 up. When you have shortages of homes for sale, they go up. Now, what affects that? Well, here we go. This is that wonderful little daily chart that your mortgage guy has to look at. When you say, where are rates today? He's going, well, they're up. No, they're down. They're up. They're down. It's impossible to follow. I wouldn't want this job. So you can see that if I look at this is the 5-day. So the other day, when these lines go up, that means interest rates are coming down. So these are bond yields. So this is where we were. Boom, rates are down here now, which means interest rates are above 3. When you look at the 1-day chart here, here's where we're going. So we kind of went down a little bit, went up. These are tiny moves. If you look at the 1 month, this is where we went. So the line went down, mortgage rates went up. They're trying to go down. So what do the pros say? What do they say out there in the market? So let's take a look at that. Again, this is inside the industry stuff. These are the people that write mortgages. But they're showing the correlation between mortgage rates, refi applications, and purchase applications. And it's pretty obvious. Mortgage rates go up, purchase applications go down. Doesn't matter where the rate is. If they'd been hovering around 4, people get used to it. You have a certain amount of market activity. Now rates go to 5, purchase activity comes down. We got very used to 2.5, 2.78%. So a move up to 3.1 seems very, very dramatic. And so there's a lot of people now sitting back going, well, I think I'm going to wait and see if rates come down. Well, let's see if rates come down. And that's really where the debate is. And the common thought is, is there any correlation between stocks? What if the stock market crashes? Will they bring rates down? Doesn't seem to be any connection between the two, historically. The main debate that's going out right now, it says is that, the Federal Reserve is saying there's some inflation out there, but it's temporary because we have some shortage and stuff. The traders are saying, we're glad you think it's temporary, but the data that we're looking at is showing us inflation is going to be around for a while. And whenever you have inflation that's coming into the marketplace, then rates go up along with it. And the charts show that. They kind of go in tandem. So is there a relationship between inflation and real estate? Over time, no, not really. We can say that inflation is going to go up like crazy next year. Does that mean people are going to rush to buy houses? All depends on the employment, depends on the interest rate. There's a lot of factors, and that's what I'm really looking forward to talking to Sam about next week. So what are we seeing? Well, we're seeing that what it's saying here, it says, be prepared for rates to be stubborn about moving quickly lower. And I kind of pulled up some photos. If I can find the doggone things, I thought I had them over here and saved, but I'm not the best at organizing my computer here. So we're looking at forbearance numbers, right? And forbearance numbers are showing how many people are probably going to put their homes back on the market, and here comes the crash. Just scroll around this morning on YouTube. You'll find that video. But here's what they're saying. Let me bring it up here. This is BlackRock, and they analyze and they keep track of how many active forbearances are out there. And they're saying equity has been held out as providing an exit ramp for distressed homeowners, something that didn't exist in such large numbers in the housing crisis, 2008. In the third quarter of 2020, the rapid growth of home prices meant that only 10% of foreborn homeowners had less than 10% equity in their homes. Typically, the monitor says the minimum amount necessary to be able to sell the home in a traditional manner to avoid foreclosure. So what they're saying is we don't see anything to worry about because only 10% of the homes that are out there that are in forbearance don't have enough equity to sell. So here's the chart that they point out. And because a lot of forbearances are going to expire here really soon, like at the end of March, and they'll probably get another extension. And I don't think it's a negative thing. This is what's really different about, one of the things different about 2008 is that, when things went south then, we didn't have any choices. But here's the current status, folks. 6.9 million forbearances that are out there. People that have said that I'm not going to make a house payment now. I'm going to catch up. We can talk about it later. You can meet with your servicer, and he goes, okay, I'll tack it on the end of the loan. On the back end of this, you should see the numbers on how much credit card debt is being paid down. I mean, this is why people think that the economy is going to explode like crazy once we get back to a normal status, is that car loans have been paid off, credit cards have been paid off, savings rates have gone through the roof, and there's trillions of dollars out there waiting to come out for us to go back to restaurants, to take vacations. It's all out there. But how many homes are about to come back out on the market? Well, according to this, see that big green slice of the pie right here? These are forbearances that are removed, or they expired, or they're what they call performing. In other words, they've caught up on their payments. That's almost half the pie. The other part is active forbearance terms extended, 2.8 million, 2.2 million. So that's nationally, 2.2 million. How many of them are Arizona? Well, if you just kind of do the math, I think I figured that maybe we're 25,000 homes. And right now we only have 4,000 homes on the market. So if half of those actually get put up for sale on the market, we still wouldn't be at normal inventory. So this isn't a crisis. There isn't going to be this huge dumping of homes based on this pie. Removed and expired or delinquent is only 3%. Active forbearance from the original term, 425,000. These are people that as soon as forbearance came on, they got in. They said, all right, we're in. That's where we're going. So not a big red flag there, folks. I don't see it. You can go around YouTube and find the crashers out there somewhere today. So I don't really see where we're going to have a big catalyst. But I think are rates going to go down? They could, just based on general market activity. In other words, I think, well, we have a comment here. I think they'll extend it until next year. I'm not sure if they're going to extend forbearance beyond that. I really don't. If unemployment starts coming down, I think they're just going to let people dig out at this point. They're trying to avoid a huge national crisis, and the numbers are already telling us it's not there. I don't see them coming in, but I'm not a politician. If I was a politician, I wouldn't have written this $1.9 trillion plan that they have out there. And I don't like to get too political on this show, but I like to talk math. And when I look at the spending, I don't see any stimulus in that. I don't see anything that says my corner grocery store is going to go better because of that, or my road's going to get fixed. So I'm skeptical. You're probably guessing that. I'm skeptical by nature. A lot of people, yes, they're going to get a stimulus payment of $1,400. Last time that was sent out, it paid off debt, It went into the stock market or it got saved. People didn't spend it. And that's why one party was saying, well, why are we going to send another check? Because the first time we sent it, it never got spent. That's when you look at M2, which is the amount of money that's in the market, and an M2 velocity. Is it moving or not? They sent all these checks and they're kind of looking at the chart and they're waiting. Nothing happened. So what's going on? Well, guess what? Americans are smart. The economy's in tough shape. They're going to save that money. And they did. So this next $1,400 that comes out, I don't know. Let's see. Are they going to save it, spend it, or are they going to be a bunch of Robin Hood kids and put it in the market again and or buy GameStop? So it remains to be seen. So housing, if you're trying to play in the short term, you watch these numbers very close. If you want to buy something in the long term, you're really going to look at what your fixed rate mortgage is going to be and make that decision. And you're waiting, like me, for the bidding wars to stop. I don't like seeing the people have to drain their bank accounts to outbid other buyers. And I hope this goes away soon. And I hope this goes away by summer. It's hard enough showing homes in summer in Phoenix without having to go to 50 of them and get outbid 50 times. So we need to watch these numbers closely. I'm seeing a decline in buyer traffic, and we may see that because of fatigue, and we may see that because of interest rates going up. We don't ever really know for sure. All we can do is watch the numbers. So you guys just stay close to me here, and I'm going to keep you up to speed on what's going on out there in the real world. Until then, have a fabulous Tuesday.